Hello and welcome to Orchids 365, and if you've been along, then welcome back, friends. I'm here for a repotting video, and I'm gonna be using self-watering pots, and I'm excited because often I bring my phals inside when they're blooming, and I struggle to find a way to keep them happy, to remember watering them and when I watered them. And I've always been looking into self-watering pots, but I've never made that leap. So without further ado, I met the owner of a company on Instagram called Osmoponic. He reached out to me and he told me that he was working on these self-watering pots, and they're not available yet to the public, but they soon will be. But he wanted to try something specifically for orchids. So I said, okay, how can I help? So he's like, okay, I'm gonna send you some of my products. He was very professional, very nice, and you're gonna tell me what works and what doesn't work. And you know me, guys, I love pushing the limits of my orchids, trying new things. I'm not afraid. So I think he got the right candidate for the project. So these are the products. I'm gonna go ahead and share the link that he has available. So he has sent me specifically the Oasis. Okay, this is the Oasis. This one is meant for orchids, also for succulents and tropical plants, but the design works well for orchids. Now this is pure ceramic. Look at the thickness. There's a little drainage hole, and then there's the reservoir. Here's what we're gonna fill with water. There's a little cover and everything, you guys, so that you don't have little critters going in there, or soil or any media that you use in here falling in and, you know, making the water dirty. And then, as a precaution, since we're using this as indoors, it comes with a little drainage cup. See, when you put it down, you cannot see it. And usually this shouldn't get so full unless you're not using the right media for what you're planting, because there are several suggestions in the planters for what media to use. For example, this one is going to be just bark. I'm not using moss, I'm not using soil, and it'll be for this bigger phal. This one is not available in their catalog yet, because this right here is one that he is testing out to see how the orchid responds. So with this one, there's the company name and the company logo. Look how pretty. We're going to try this smaller phalaenopsis, and it's going to be using only moss. Now, if you know me well, you know how terrified I am of moss, right? But remember, this is an indoor plant, and I've had her outside for some time now. It's time for her to get a repot, and you know, she is not going to stand these rains that we're having coming our way in this. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start with the little one. You know why? Because she's falling over. She's grown so much. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the island here. Okay, this one is not on the pamphlet, not on the webpage yet, but we're testing it out. Here's the little reservoir. This one doesn't really need the top. I'm only going to be using moss. So I think that'll be fine. And it should look real pretty in there. I'm hoping, I tested for size. I'm hoping that I measured well. So because I've had this thing outside, I'm going to go ahead, put on some gloves in case I have some happy little critters living in there. I don't like surprises. And we shall carry on. All right, guys, it looks like it's about to come down any second now, which is why I'm out here, because the heat lately has not been very tolerable. Okay, I'm gonna smush some moss down there, you know, just to start measuring. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna free this beautiful baby from this super compact mush that it's been sitting in. I've been repotting since the start of spring, y'all, and I'm not done, but it's okay. Just trying to get in there without ruining any roots. Just thought I'd just cut it. It's so thin anyway. I think that should be just enough. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All these rootsies. I'm gonna go ahead, and she's wet because it got rained on, so I'm gonna try to loosen her up a notch, because I like to put fresh moss. I don't have much left in the bag, but I don't think I'm gonna need so much. I do not like it. I don't like to leave it like that, because sometimes it has that little has like a little packed up cube of peat in the middle, and it'll cause it to just rot, you know. So I just want to make sure, even though she's going in this and she's going to be breathing pretty well and drying out, I just want to be safe, right? I want to see what situation we have going on. And so far, everything's looking real good. So I'm trying to get to the middle, just giving it a gentle smush, guys, because it's already been soaked. So usually where there's gooey bad roots is in the middle. But so far, it's looking pretty good. I do not have bug spray. I thought with the breeze, they would give me a break, right? Yeah. Okay, surprise, surprise. It's not looking so bad. If I see any roots I don't like, I'm going to say goodbye. But so far, so good. Since she still has a few buds there, look, she's lost her color, but she's still pretty cute. So I'm not even gonna touch the little stakes that it has. See, you can see it coming out through here, so she can help her stand up if she were to go into flower again. Oh my goodness. Poor baby. But the roots are on point, but I don't think they would have stayed so pretty if it would have been stuck in that thing with all the rain. Jeez. I just want to give her some fresh moss. That's all. There you go. Nice and loose. I feel her. Nice and loose. Sorry if I'm taking a bit, too long. Let's just measure now. Oh, it's gonna be like a tight fit, or do you think? I don't think I'm gonna need much moss. I think I'm gonna probably have to see. Look at the roots going in there. See how pretty that looks? So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep loosening her up, and then have you guys right back. All right, here I have a cup of water. I measured it. And this is just me being me, using a funnel to make less of a mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to pour. I'm gonna go halfway, take a look. And this is a little smaller, so it looks almost about full. Yeah, it goes right there to the rim. Another thing I want to mention, highly suggested in the instructions, never put your finger inside the reservoir to check the water level, guys. The last thing you want to do is get your finger stuck in a ceramic pot hole like this. You're gonna have like a terrible experience. So yeah, first thing that I wanted to mention when I was reading those instructions. I'm gonna see it probably fit a little bit more. I'm gonna get it to go as high up as I can, and then you pretty much play by ear, keep an eye on it. I'm thinking maybe we can go about 3 weeks, right? And it's about a cup per week of vacation if you're leaving your plants. Just as I predicted, when I got to the middle, I had to get rid of so many mushy yellow gross roots, leaving only the new green beautiful ones. Then I had to add a little more moss. See? And she is sitting real pretty in this. So what I'm gonna do now is, I have her where I want her, to keep her standing up. I can no longer wear these gloves, guys. I can't even work with them. I'm going to go ahead. Sorry about that. My tripod tipped over and then I didn't realize that I didn't have the center for you to see. And I'm gonna finish filling her up with so that she sits up straight and doesn't wobble. What you don't want is for her to sit too low, because then the leaves are stuck. So I have to bring her up a little to make sure that those leaves that are growing in the bottom, see, I don't want to overdo it. That's pretty. See that? And I'm going to pick up all the extra moss. So I've set her up. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill up the reservoir. You know, as I think maybe 1 cup, test out how far it goes. I'll probably do it over the sink. I mean, I can show you now the little reservoir is here. And then I'm gonna put her to get her filtered light by one of my windows, and I'll keep you updated on how she does in this setup. So I'm gonna go ahead, and on the next video I'm going to be potting on the Oasis, my bigger phal, and I'll show you how that goes. So thanks for joining me. Find his the link here on my video so you can go and see what will be available shortly. I mean, there are some beautiful, beautiful pots there. And I hope that you found this helpful. My friends, my indoor growing friends, I feel like, yay, I finally have some content to share with you, because this is something that I so see your beautiful orchids thriving in, you guys. So I'll see you all next time for a part 2. Thank you for joining me. Have a fabulous rest of the week or weekend. We're halfway there. And be kind, stay safe, and let's grow together. Bye.